So, another piece of information from my research catalogue, whatever. All the information that I've gathered from the past 8 years. Yeah, it's no mistake, I guess, that I have certain abilities because I've been able to pick up a lot of stuff that they didn't expect me to. So it's been a lot of a power play back and forwards as I've figured things out. They've had to go around that and counter, and this has been going on for years, absolute years. You know, we're talking about I guess a pull of dark and light. There's people who are here, obviously, you know, with certain frequencies that are here to do good, certain energetic keys that unlock things, people that activate other people just by being here, people with strong heart frequencies, that kind of thing. And then you got people who are just scum dwellers, who basically are have to siphon off other people's energy to even exist. They have no power on their own. None of these people could battle me one-on-one, not even close. They need so much support, and they've got that by putting a spotlight on me, cancelling me. They've got all that energetic support now. Well, they did, that was focused on them. So yeah, this is just sick, absolutely sick. I can't even believe that these people have thrown their integrity in the rubbish and have literally stepped back from what they've done here. No one is going to take ownership for this. And from what I'm hearing as well, and this is a direct quote, this guy's going to take this to the grave. So there's something that they're never ever going to admit. This person will kill me before they ever admit what they've done. So yeah, I'm on my own now, just here in the house. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be here. The whole entire neighbourhood, I'm pretty sure, is just covered in these people. So whenever I go to shoot a video, I hear everybody go silent. The whole neighbourhood is, you could hear a pin drop. This is the sort of stuff they do to make you feel uncomfortable. And then I'll hear a call, everybody focus in on me, and immediately it feels like there's hundreds of people staring at you. So this is the kind of tactics that, I don't even know what to call them. I guess Satanists, dark, you know, these kind of people that do this shit, that are involved in pedophile rings and stuff like that, and cover each other's asses and all of that. So initially that was what this was, even though everybody's denying that. This is the truth, and anyone who can actually see beyond the 3D and the lies will know that this is the actual truth. Places hold imprints of events. So do people. They know this. Like I say with the countering, they know everything that I've figured out. So once I figure out something, they're shocked. And then they're like, well, you know, we're going to have to go here instead. So this has been really psychological as well. And they've been learning this whole time. And sadly, in a lot of ways, I've given them information to use. Tactics. Because once they try something on me, and I counter it, they then go around and find something better. So, yeah, sadly, I have probably given them information, because you can't stop your mind from working, you know, and that's something that initially came up was when the psychic connection came through. And you have someone psychically watching like your mind, immediately it's like, don't push the red button kind of thing. You know, you're being watched inside your mind. So straight away, all your thoughts just start thinking of the worst things ever. Like, and this is just fact. I don't expect anybody to relate, and I would never want anyone to relate. I'm bringing this forward because this is, I've been on the inside of these tactics of what they kind of do to take people out. Usually people who are going to expose them, you know. So I'm just going to go back to a lot of the information I've picked up. I have extra senses as well, and channeling abilities, telepathic abilities. A lot of this kicked off in about 2019 after the psychic connection. Already I was channeling and stuff, but it went full on after that. And I know this is way bigger than just this situation with me and my son and this organized group. This is way bigger. And there have been people talking about a certain energy that came to the planet in 2019, extremely dark. So I have no idea who would have helped this person to attach to my conscious, because this isn't just someone channeling, this is actually an attachment, a conscious attachment. And I know that because it's deeper. This person will start prompting, and I'll feel like my energetic body moving to what it's being instructed. And I don't mean like fully, I just mean I'll feel it and I'll be like, oh, this is strange. So I'm aware of it. I'm not following, but I'm aware of what they're doing. And once you get to that point, you can just hear them. But I mean, this is seriously messed up. This is the sort of stuff that makes people suicide. And I did get through that stage, I guess, in the first few weeks, where I was able to push it to the back. Initially, it was just Paul who was responsible for abusing my son, and was with somebody called Sarah. And after, like, I kicked him out, he was removed by police. And at Para Hills, he didn't leave the area. In fact, a few doors down, him and this was a streetwalker from the area. Like, I used to sit out the back, and at night, like I do now, you know, I like to sit out. And yeah, I picked up a lot of things I didn't think they expected me to. And yeah, this is really hard for me to talk about without getting extremely angry. There are certain things that I've wanted to put on these videos that are really hard for me to speak without, like, you know, damaging my camera. And if you're a parent, you will understand. But this is way bigger. And I do feel that whoever this is that is attached to my conscious, and this is what these people are capable of this. Like, they go way higher than here, okay? Way higher. There's corruption all over. So when people talk about Akashic records and all this sort of stuff, and, you know, there is corruption all over. Truth is always going to be known. They can try and hide it no matter what, but eventually it does come out. So I'm thinking this person that is attached to my conscious is hiding somehow in my energy, because I know full well who I am and what I've come here to bring, the divine feminine energy, and they're trying to make me an aggressor, make me toxic, which is actually the reverse of this other person who is wearing my skin. So this is where I'm at now, is I'm confused because my frequency is extremely strong, and I just don't understand why people aren't reading me clearly. and this is where I've come to now, is I think they're reading them, not me. So when this happened, initially I had Paul psychically watching me, relaying everything. They were all shocked. They thought this was, fantastic, really, because they had an inside man. And then they started with the torture. Not realizing that I was an absolute mental beast. So I was like, bring it. Let them, That didn't last long. A few people actually left my channel because they couldn't handle it. Because I throw down. There's no way you are doing this to me. There's no way you are doing this to my son. No fucking way. There is no way I'm leaving this planet and letting this fly. All these people, what they're responsible for, and the fact that everyone's looking to them is absolutely sickening. Sickening. And it is going to come out. But in the meantime, I'm going to make sure I get this information out for anyone else who may have suffered these kind of dark torture tactics. And there's been many people who are on the other side who have been taken out of their lives for doing this. And it is torturous, what these people do. They will torture the hell out of you. Physically, mentally, emotionally. The other funny thing is they're kind of telling all their minions as they're coming towards me that they're doing something, that they're sucking my energy, like, oh, I've got some fear, like sucking it up. Like, it's hilarious. And my energy is completely guarded. Like, you're dealing with a very powerful empath here. Like, I don't give up my energy. Like, you ain't getting nothing. And I can hear this idiot telling them that they're actually doing something and they're getting something from me. And that's why they keep pushing forward. And I just think it's hilarious, the way that this is orchestrated. And the stupidity, really. Like, that's what's been the most shocking of all of it, is the stupidity. Like, every day, the same thing. This must be a program. That's what I've come down to, is like, it has to be AI and it has to be some sort of program, because it's not learning. It's just the same thing every day, trying to get the same thing out of me every day. And it's not there. Like, whatever they're looking for is not there. And they don't like that. And they keep pushing every fucking day to try and, try and find it. Try and find a reason, for them to feel better about themselves for what they've done. Oh, that I'm not a good person. And they're not going to find it. And I think that's caused a lot of waves amongst them too. And initially it did when I was placed in hospital while my son was trafficked. There were a lot of staff members in that hospital that knew they were doing the wrong thing, and they only just looked in my eyes and knew that. And I even heard one guy say that, what if we're not doing the right thing? And there's this feral bitch sitting there and just like, I don't really give a shit. So this is the kind of people we're dealing with. They're not people. All right, they are scum. Actual scum. So yeah, directly after Nigel left at Northfield, back at the house, that would have been 3 years ago, or about 2 years ago, the last relationship I had. This guy came towards me, and yeah, it was kind of like arm's length sort of thing. I was, keep your enemies close, that kind of thing. Didn't even know who he was at the time. It was sort of like in two minds of... See, I know myself. I don't fear anybody. So I will kind of lean into situations because I'm not fearful, to sort of see what's going on. And yeah, strangely enough, directly after he left and was throwing me all over the road, Actually, I'm going to go back before that because I think this is connected. I'm laying in bed one morning and he wakes me up. Sorry, one night. It would have been like 1 in the morning. And all of a sudden he wakes me up and it rips me out of bed and goes, "Oh, come outside and, you know, have a smoke and we'll sit down." And I'm thinking, this is strange. And he's going, "Oh, I hear all the sirens." And I sort of smirked. And I said, "Yeah, well, you know, I was half asleep." Sat down and now I'm suspicious about this. Like, why is someone going to point that out? And yeah, I actually think this has got to do with drug raids or something. So sirens all over the neighborhood. And then there's that day where he's throwing me all around the street. And he says, "We own this neighborhood," he says to me. This guy could have possibly killed me. I'm pretty lucky that I know how to handle myself. I didn't fight back at the time because I think he'd pumped adrenaline or something. I mean, the guy was not even there. He was actually talking backwards and gibberish and rubbish and staring up at the sky and like getting angry, and it was just weird as shit. And I think he may have even hurt my cat in all the commotion. Either way, he's throwing me around at the front. We end up onto the main road as I'm like walking away from him. Police pull up, taser him. And the policeman, there was a man and a woman, and there was also a grey SUV following us slowly the whole time as we're heading up to the main road. And he motions towards this silver 4x4, which looked like it had a cop in it, to be honest. He motions towards him and goes, "Do it." I'm just relaying exactly what I heard. I don't even know what half of this means. The female cop, after Nige was tasered, mutters under her breath, before I took off back home, she mutters under her breath, "I can't believe you'd do this to another mother." And I'm thinking, yeah, he's done this before. Like, anyway, so I'm running home. No mother should ever be in that position. I'll never forget that as I'm running home. I was basically catatonic. I thought, if something's going down here and I'm, being dragged out into the street, something's happening with Jet, and I had to get home immediately and call him, because you need to understand that in the last 8 years, there was talk of picking my son up. That's the way they put it. The kid gets picked up. We're picking up the kid. That's the way pedophiles do it. And during the home invasion, when he was 6, and that police officer was responsible for his trafficking. He was standing at the front of the house while I was being put in an ambulance and getting taken to hospital. He was standing at the front on his phone, and I heard someone say, the kid gets picked up at 7. And he was just making sure that he was going to be compensated. So I'm going to go back to, what I was discussing with Nigel. After this event, I didn't know what was going to happen, I guess. I assumed he was going to come back. So I slept in the lounge room, and I had a kitchen knife, whatever I could have next to me. This is how I've lived the last 8 years, and I would never wish this on another mother, which is exactly why I'm sitting here speaking. I couldn't care less if anyone believes me or not. I'm doing this for the next mum. I I could not give a shit what anyone thinks. So I'm laying in the lounge room, going to sleep, or just laying there. It was hard to sleep, to be honest. And immediately I had an experience. Somebody came straight into my conscious awareness. I heard three different voices. Could have been many, but I only heard the three. And someone says, I just want to get this exactly right. I intercepted it halfway through somebody saying, Paul wants to level someone up with this girl's connection. I mean, how are we going to connect these two together? And then someone else comes in and goes, who's the girl's gatekeeper? And someone else says, well, Archangel Metatron is. The girl thinks Archangel Metatron is. I didn't. I was just actually watching some videos at the time. So I didn't actually think that. I don't have any gatekeepers. No. No, thank you. This is how this stuff happens, okay? And then we go back to person one. And he says, okay, well, let's go with that. Next thing I know, I'm out. Now, I was connected to a female during that experience, as well as Paul, consciously. There have been people popping in and out, like channeling, but this is a conscious attachment. So, being that, I think they could actually mask themselves in my energy. I don't know. A lot of this is speculation for me, and a lot of it is just me bringing forth the facts of what I know. And that's all I can do. Is the pieces of the puzzle should fit for other people if they've been following this. So I'm kind of calm now. But I did wake up this morning, and as I wake up every morning, with, voices straight away. And they're trying to make me believe that they're in my home. So, scurrying around my home, putting energetic cords in, touching me, touching my cat, messing with things, tainting my food, you know what I mean? Like, not really sure. Either way, I'm hearing them, feeling them. So it could be astral traveling. It could be, I did hear somebody say there's a two-way mic on my smoke detector. It's not even a smoke detector. It's actually like a Google Nest that is attached, like, wired. I've tried to pull it out because I thought, what is this? So I've pulled it down and I can't detach it. I'm only renting, so I can't really unplug the electrics of that. But I do think there's a two-way microphone because I'm hearing voices all over the house all the time as well. And obviously they're hearing me because they're responding to me. They've hacked and mirrored my phone, and I want this piece of shit that is mirroring my phone and putting my videos up. I want to know who this piece of shit is. Even after everything in the past 8 years. And if anybody wants to look into, read me, more than welcome. Absolutely more than welcome. But be prepared, because it's horrendous, and it's not a lot of people could handle looking at it, what we've been through. So I'm wide open for reading, always wide open. And that's what's concerning me, is why people can't read me clearly. So yeah, this spiritual community stuff, they want to level up certain people in the spiritual community that they like. This is happening, and I've watched this happen, actually. Literally watched this happen as I've been following people. They've been watching every piece of information I've been consuming. So I'll be sitting there watching a video and they'll be like, oh, you know, I like this person, or, you know, I don't like this person, or, you know, they've got comments on everything, or the information that I'm getting, they want to learn more about, you know, that kind of thing. So they're consuming every piece of information that I'm consuming. And I'm like deep in it, you know, deep in it. I'm not interested in false media. I'm in a media blackout, so I don't really watch any of that. I have no idea where to find this podcast. Mind you, I don't think people can actually communicate with them. It might be just one-way sort of thing, so there's no way I'll be able to respond anyway. But, oh yeah, heads would roll if I found out, if I actually heard this piece of shit talking about me and my son after what we've been through. Heads will fucking roll. So that's why they've hidden themselves from me. Like, they are rats. Rats. Hiding in holes. These are the kind of people that throw a stone then hide their hand. Like, they are weak-ass mofos. Weak as shit. Not one of them has fronted up. Or even come towards me. I don't even know what planet I'm living on anymore that this happens. Like, even in school, you know, if you have beef with someone, you at least confront them. Like, these are rat dogs. Like, actual rat dogs. So, yeah, someone's obviously putting my videos up because everyone's talking about it, and yet no one's watching them. So, just so you know, I don't really care either way, as long... that's not consent, by the way. You should just know who you're supporting, all right? And that's it. So I'm going to go to... There's a group of girls involved in this too. They keep being referenced quite often. Oh, the girls are doing a good job on her neck. The girl's going to focus on her eyes now. So whoever these and I quote, girls are, they're the ones physically targeting me. Stomach, messing with my stomach, you name it, like skin. Strangely enough, I went to have some, I went to the laser clinic, Australian Laser Clinics. Laser Clinics Australia at Tea Tree Plaza. This woman is an absolute pig. She knowingly injected my face in all the in none of the deficit areas like they're supposed to when you do a treatment. I never had any of this stuff done until I was past 45 due to the trauma and my face like dropping basically. As soon as you leave your house, when everybody's focused on you, your face muscles tend to atrophy. It's just a natural thing. If anyone has ever walked into a room and had everyone turn and stare at them, they might get a tiny little indication of what I mean. You know, having intense focus on you tends to make your face muscles like drop. So I went into Laser Clinics Australia to have, you know, just a little bit of a tiny fresh up. I saved up. I mean, I'm on a pension. No one's going to hire me. My name's been slandered. I've been cancelled. No one's ever going to hire me. In fact, I may not get another house to rent because of what these people have done. So I go in. I sort of explained to her, look, you know, I've had to get a loan from from my pension that I'm going to have to pay off to do this. Like, just so she knew I wasn't one of these girls that was in here frequently doing this and wasn't in that kind of arena. Do you know what I mean? Like, this was a almost medical thing I was trying to do, just to take some of that power back, you know, like, so yeah, this has been an 8-year period. So I'm in the clinic and she's pulling out a picture and showing me all the muscles of the face as well. And that's something I won't forget either. An important point is that they know all of the facial muscles to start remote targeting as well. Not from that, but I'm just saying that's when I clicked. It's like, yeah, they know all the muscles to attack. I don't know whether she was pointing that out on purpose. But anyway, back to the point. So she actually injects my face in all the areas that don't have deficit, that are actually standing out. And then takes my money. Unbelievable. And this is like a woman who has a womb. I don't know if she has kids, but this is fucking disgraceful. I come out of there and there's a girl, or I use the term POS, another piece of shit, sitting there in the waiting room. And this is someone I think has popped up a couple of times. Same face, blonde hair, short, average kind of looking, sitting in the waiting room. And I come out and she has a massive smirk on her face. Before this, while I was in there being injected, all this laughing is going on out in the waiting room, laughing and giggling. And, you know, the lady that's doing the injections is like, it's like, oh, do you want me to sing to kind of cover the noise out there and stuff? Like, weird as. It's just weird. I come out. This girl's sitting there smirking. Goes in while I'm waiting to do my payment thing. So my payment got messed up and I end up sitting down, you know, looking at my bank account and just shuffling things around a little bit. And I hear in there that woman speaking with this girl. And they're laughing and carrying on, and the girl says to her, oh, do you want to put some pictures up? And the injectionist says, oh, by law, I can't, sorry. I leave there. I actually came back a while after that and wanted to see this injectionist, you know, and confront her with what she did. She's disfigured my entire eye area. There's a burst blood vessel on my lip. Massive huge lumps of whatever they've put in, which feels like concrete, on my upper cheekbone to give me a harsher, yeah, just disgusting, like absolutely disgusting. And I sort of see everything from a different perspective now. So I'm sort of looking at Leanne, do you know what I mean? As a mum and stuff, and everything that's happened to her, and then Jet and everybody else, you know. You have to, it's like, how do I explain it? It's a higher perspective, you know. I'm just a mum with a son who's been through all of this. Like, that's how I kind of view things. I'm not in it to the point where I can be, I think you see things more clearly and concise when you can have that perspective that I'm just a mum like every other mum out there, and look at this, you know. That's why I'm sitting here speaking, is because I don't fear anymore. I fear not doing this, actually. That would be the only thing. Not letting everyone know what's happening. I'm not going to be the only one, and this has happened before. We all know that. We've seen it in the with celebrities that have come forward to disclose things, and then yeah, they end up being taken out, and lo and behold, someone else starts disclosing what they've researched, and you know, with a few bits missing, I'm sure. So it's going to be orchestrated to suit them. It's never going to be the truth. I'm just going to pause for a minute. Sorry, I need a drink. So this girl that was in the salon, I've placed, I think I've seen her 3 times during this interim pop up, which makes me think that she is involved. So she was in the clinic that day. Also, I'm pretty sure I've seen her at the front of my house back at Northfield in a car. So with this clinic stuff, you know, it's really not important in the grand scheme of things, but I'm just gonna put every piece of information I have down and put it on this YouTube channel now, because I'm not sure kind of what's going to happen from day to day. So I just want to catalogue all of this and get it down, and I feel like that's just what I got to do. Because yeah, I mean, honestly, my life's fucked. There's nothing anyone can give me. What my son's had taken from him can never come back. You can never get that back to him. So there's nothing that anybody could offer me. There's nothing I want. I don't really give a shit if I'm homeless. I've been homeless plenty of times before. So they know that there's no way they can get to me. I've been many places, and I'm not afraid to go anywhere I have to survive. I mean, these people couldn't break a nail and survive. Like, it would be a freaking trauma event. You know what I'm saying? So I'm bringing this injectionist thing up just as a piece of the puzzle. It's completely not important in comparison to all the other stuff. But it might be relevant because of this person. Funnily enough, I had an appointment at that clinic before she messed up my face, before this. So I'm going to go back to the first time I seen this person. So my appointment that was before she fucked up my face, I'm sitting there and somebody walks in. I was looking at my phone, going through my photos, just deleting any, you know, crappy photos, clearing up my phone, I guess. And somebody walked in, and I don't even know what to call it. I do not know what to call it, but I can pick up what's going on in my surroundings unconsciously and then refer to it later. Or even at the time, like, just, I don't know, you're just sort of stretching your feelers out. I don't know if anybody else has that ability that can relate to that, but I'm sitting there, and Leanne, I guess, wasn't aware, but my higher being was. Girl walks in and is asked what her name was, and she whispers to the girl, Sarah, like, whispers to her. I guess I was sitting there, Didn't pick this up at the time, or obviously I would have swung around and, like, you know, like, wanted to know more. So I'm just sitting there and it sits next to me. Oh, so softly. A lot of this I've picked up through just my psychic connection, not at the time. So softly sits, like, right next to me, looking over at my phone. This was really interesting for me, because this was the moment I realized there's different... Okay, I'm gonna go back. I've got to word this properly. This is the moment I started figuring out how souls feel, and that this was different. You know when you're being watched and or someone walks in a room and you feel energetic, like energy, you know, that kind of buzzing energy, that's a person that's like just come, or someone walks up behind you and you feel, you know, there's someone behind you. That's like soul detection of soul energy, right? It feels very different to some of the energies I'm picking up now, which is why I'm bringing up all this other stuff that I'm speculating on. Because when this person sat down next to me, it was a flat line energetically. It was nothing. It's really hard to explain. Soul energy is kind of moving energetically. It's whooshing. It's like the energy coming from what I think are, you know, what people talk about as bots, AI conscious, which is a different thing. Don't have that fiery kind of energetic, soulful energy coming from them. There was nothing. And that's the first time I had recognized that. And since then, I've been picking it up everywhere. It's become a case of hardly ever do you detect soul. Could be just specifically for me because of where I am now in Blakeview. I think this entire area has been set up. Particularly this house. You know, I'm still curious as to why I was even given this house, and you know, heard a lot of conversations regarding that too, like when I came out with the keys and we were walking off. You know, I'm holding my son's hand, my baby son. He's not a baby, but he's always my baby. And I am one fearsome motherfucker when it comes to my son. You don't understand the depth of love I have for Jet, okay? You have no idea. These people are not parents. These people are not mothers, not fathers. I'm walking out of there holding my son's hand, ready to head to our new place after we got kicked out of our home of 7 years that was very comfortable and lush and had made a nice home for him there with a lot of wildlife and nature. I was doing a lot of energetic work there with the trees, and which have all been chopped down now. Surprise, surprise. So I'm walking out with the keys for this new place with my son, and I hear the lady from GQ Real Estate. I hear her say, oh, the girls have given her 1 year. So funnily enough, now they've decided to sell the house, and it's going to be 1 year in July. There is all sorts of weird craziness happening in this house, and when I'm talking about this, it's not, I'm not, oh, wow, okay, my throat, hang on. So they want me to buy all sorts of crazy narratives that they've been running so they can confuse me, and that's a big part of this mind control stuff that they try and do, and most of the time they succeed. There are so many cases. You know, it makes me think of people like Sinead O'Connor, Chris Cornell. Just, there are so many cases, all right? They want to confuse you, because if they can confuse you to bring out fraudulent information, that they've been running these stupid narratives and get you to believe that, then straight away you're discredited. So I don't take any of their bullshit on board. If I don't see it and I don't get a ton of other confirmation that makes it solid, that I know, I'm not gonna buy that. But I'm still gonna sit here and talk about every piece of information that I have